It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker.
Oh, you know what? You got the super long version because I put the wrong song on. So, you guys, that's some little extra for you. So, yo, man, boom, Miss Rusty. I need to go and change up the song and make sure that is on there and it's just not playing. It's Rusty Diamond Motherfucker for way too long. I was like, well, I think it's going to end here soon, but it just didn't. So, that was on me for picking the wrong track, but you love it, so it's okay. I don't know, but you know how things go. There it goes. Okay, so now we're ready for when it comes on later. So you guys, it's Thursday. I have one more show this week, tomorrow, and then off till Monday. So kind of a lighter week tonight. It's been kind of weird not being on here so much, but thank you everyone for being here. The show is on the Quantum Global Broadcasting Network, QGBN, with other great shows such as When the Gloves Come Off, the Thinking Man's Pro Wrestling Podcast, Saved by the Ben, and This Is It with Lizzie, as well as being sponsored by Stone Reeds Productions, Fred Ben Savage as Fuck, Hypnosis is Great, Hardcore Entertainment, and sockemup.org. There is everything you need to know. And thank you guys for being here and listening. Share this around, like it, subscribe, download, tell a friend about it. Find an episode you love. It's going to probably be this one too. So find one you love and send it around. Spread the love. And you guys, I'm here today with my special guest. And my special guest today is it feels so good to sit back like this. Yesterday I was doing hypnosis and it felt good to sit back rather than trying to lean forward. You guys don't lean forward when you're talking. Don't do it. But I am here today with Maja Brexel. How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fine. Hi there.
Hello. So I was just saying, so yesterday I've noticed something. So when I'm doing a hypnosis session, I don't know. So my breathing and my words, if I'm sitting forward, hunched over like this, trying to talk, I only get so far and then I get out of breath. And so that's on me. So it's all about, and anyway, if you're doing hypnosis, you should be relaxed anyway, and you're going to be relaxed anyway when you're hypnotizing someone. So yeah, I noticed that and I'm like, okay, I just needed to sit back and relax while I'm doing this. I don't know where I got this thing to sort of hunch over. Maybe it's trying to look at something, or I don't know, but yeah. So you as well are a hypnotist, and we were talking a minute before. I want to jump right into this. So to give a little backstory, so I didn't know that this was a something that could happen. So I was over at one of my co-hosts' house, Casey, and there was, I think, three people, and one of them had a dog. And I didn't know this until afterwards, but then I found out that the dog was just totally in trance as well as everybody else that was in the room. And then I had to look into it and talk to my instructors. This was when I was still learning as well. And I said, can animals get hypnotized? And he said, sure. And that opened up a whole different world of what can be done with hypnosis. And So how did you stumble into finding out that animals can be hypnotized?
I actually didn't stumble on it. I was brought to it. That was actually my task to work on. When I finished my hypnosis education, a lady came to me and said, "Can you hypnotize my dog? It's always barking when I leave the house." And I said, "Oh, I don't know." So I checked the internet. You cannot hypnotize an animal, because to hypnotize someone, he needs to be able to follow your words or your actions. If you have someone who cannot hear, who is hearing impaired, you still bring them in a certain way into hypnosis and work your hypnosis, even though they're hearing impaired. It's still possible, right?
Yeah.
Or so that was the actual question. And I thought, well, let's just see. And I started actually making a research. I had a surrogate, a lady, and I started, because the thing is, if I want to have, because the thing, I needed to solve a problem. The dog has a problem while it's barking, right? It's not barking all day because it's a sunny day. There's a trigger behind what makes it do it. So, and I thought, in order to change that, which I do with humans, I can do that with animals. I have to actually just talk to the animal, literally have a proper conversation. So I thought, okay, hypnosis is already used in a quantum entanglement. We don't say quantum hypnosis because it doesn't exist as a word. It doesn't. So was a quantum touched way of hypnosis, because you can reach different kind of entities. You can reach dead people. I talk to people who are dead. Yeah. Have a verbal conversation. So my goal was actually to reach a point where I can have a verbal conversation with the animal. Trial error. I had a long research on that, and it actually works. I developed a certain way of hypnosis where the owner, me and the animal, we have a triangular constellation. That means I can talk to the owner can talk to the animal can talk to me, and everything is literally in words. I audio tape the conversation, but the animal is never present at the session. I don't even need to touch the animal. For me, it is even, I wouldn't even need to see the animal. But when the owner comes, the owner, the rider, the trainer, the handler, I have a handler for canine, for example, because I offer also a different kind of training method for, because you train them in one way, but my way of having a proper conversation gives you a complete different level to talk to your animal, to explain and let the animal ask questions. They're the beautiful questions. They know what to do, but sometimes they ask why. They want to know. So that person comes, and before, if you want to talk to your animal, you get a communicator. The communicator communicates with the animal, gives you the answers to your question. These people, this is a profession existing called animal communicators. So you give the question,
so I was gonna say, so what was some of the trial and errors that you went through to be able to get to where you are now? What were you trying to, what wasn't working, what was sort of working?
The working in the beginning was because you go what we call, can I call it the quantum realm, the fine particle room, okay, where we go, so everything what you can't touch right now, which is not manifested in material, okay, we know that beyond is another world. So the thing was, for example, that in this other world, there are not only positive energy. So an error was that all of a sudden, a negative dark entity actually came into the session.
Of the animal?
Say that?
So the animal was the dark entity?
No, but because you are going into a realm where dark entities are, so you have to learn to protect yourself, because then they can slip in. Right?
How so?
How so? Because you don't put a protection around. When you start working in a realm like this, you need to have a protection for yourself, for the person in front of you, for the place you are in. That is very important, okay? And in the beginning, I didn't know about that because I had no one to talk to, I had no one to ask, so I had to literally do it by trial and error. So, and all of a sudden, I had a dark entity, and you have to get rid of that. And after that, I made a complete protocol of security and safety. Because the same, when you go into the quantum realm, what I name it, you always have to clean yourself, because you can't take anything within, but you can't take anything without either. So there has to be a cleaning process before and after. And that was the errors, because I've never had any idea about that. And then I started to read Brian Weiss, Dolores Cannon, because they already work in that level. And after I finished mine, I started to take care and had a look in them. I didn't want to make their method. I wanted to make mine. So first I did mine, and then I had a check in the others. So they already worked a long time in this level. For me, I had to make trial and error, and the error was mostly because of the entities and the dark negative energies, which are there. We are good or bad, light or darkness. That's there.
Right. And so how are you able to maneuver around the dark entity and as well clean the space? How does that work?
I have to have a proper conversation. And that was, I have to say, it was really funny. I have to say, I had this surrogate, and she went like, Maja, there's a dark energy in the room. I cannot do it. I said, okay, come, we go into the living room. And she was here on the couch in the living room, not in my treatment room. And she said, this dark entity is just looking around the corner. She said, I can't. I said, it's okay. So we finished the session, and I took a tourmaline triangle pyramid in front of the door so that the entity was locked in, so to say. Then I took the decision, I need ice cream. So I literally went to the Massimas, got myself a Ferrero Rocher ice cream. I sat in my living room, ate the ice cream, and then I took the intention to walk into this room and speak to the entity and leave it to the light. Because during this, I developed a method to bring either dark entities, but also people who passed away, who didn't transfer to the light. So I made a method that I can bring them also to the light. Okay. So I literally knocked the door. I took my chair. I sat down in the middle of the room, and I said, and now I'm going to talk to you. So I did talk to them, and when I talk to them, I get the information, I get the answers. Normal for me, it's normal. So I had a conversation, so to say, and then I made my method and send it back. But it was really nice. I said, I'm going to have an ice cream first, and then I leave them out.
So are you talking out loud? Are you talking telepathically, or how's that working?
I talk out loud.
Okay.
Because I like my voice, and my voice supports also the intents of my words. Okay. So with that, I also play to make you understand things, feel things. I have a lot of things going for me about feeling. Okay. So yeah, and that was something. Or the same, I had a lady, and she said, Maja, there is someone. I said, okay, to that someone, I said, go in the corner there and wait until I finish with my clients. And then I asked the client if I can use her, so to say, and get back to you. So I finished my session, and I asked the lady, and she says, yes, I'm fine. And I said, okay, come forward. I said, who you are. He says, he was a man who passed away. And in life, he was insecure about how he made sure that his wife understood the immense love he had for her. She was still alive. So he decided, I'm not going to the light. I'm staying on the earth plane, stay with her to make sure in my death, she feels my presence and my love. So his wife passed away straight to the light, but he was still sitting here on earth plane and couldn't get. So he, from the spirit, he understood that I am capable of bringing him to the light. So he came into my session, made himself known, waited until I called him forward, and then I could send him back to the spirit realm, so to say.
So how does that work?
Oh, it's a program. You have, when you have an earthbound, say what we call ghosts, we name them ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Because we have to name this. We had a name mobile telephone. We have to give it a name, a computer, right? So we name them ghosts. So the ghost, in general, when your body goes, huh, your soul goes, huh, right?
Right.
Perfect situation. But sometimes, for reasons the man chose it, but also, for example, you have a horrible death, which is attached to trauma. They have also a tendency to stay rather than go to the light. You feel that in mental institutions, for example, a lot of them stayed, right? You know about it. Okay, the energy is what we call ghosts. And then they stay because they have business here. They feel they have still business here. And then I talk to them, and I talk them out of the idea you have no business if they are stuck. The man, for example, he wanted to go. He said, make me go, make me go, make me go. Okay, so that was a different way. But there is a method because they cannot leave anything here either. You have to have a circle of something they have to do before you can send them off. Because if they have still things attached, it's not. You have to really get them cut all the cords. And sometimes I just do it because I can. I just call in, are there any entities or energies who want to go back to the light? They can then come collect. And one day I had around 7, 8 adults. I had a child and a teenager. So the adults had to go and do their stuff, and the teenager and the child, we stayed together until the others came back. Okay.
So,
and, yeah, sorry.
That's okay. So what happens? So are you, when these people present themselves, these ghosts, if you know, lack of a better term, as you said, how are they presenting themselves, or how are they making themselves known? How does that work?
I hear them. I give whoever I want to talk to through hypnosis, I give that a name and a voice. When I talk to that sounds straight, and don't think about the how. Just take it. I always say, look, the how is like Wi-Fi. You can't not explain to me how the Wi-Fi works, but you're using it. I do it, right? I cannot explain it, but I use it. So this also with this hypnosis, don't try even ask how that works. It doesn't matter. I know it works. Just go with the results we have.
Oh, okay.
So now I lost your question. Would you be so kind?
So I was just asking,
how make them known?
How do they become, how do they make themselves known, and what is their, I mean, are you able to see what they look like, or are you hearing their voice and that's how you are able to determine how old they are or what they are like?
That depends. If I do it in a constellation where I have a person in hypnosis, I just give them the voice. So I hear them really talking with a voice. That is how I do it with the animals, because I literally give them a voice. I have a proper conversation with the animal like you and me. As I said, the how doesn't matter, it's possible. Okay. Right. So when I have a person in hypnosis, they get a voice. So I can talk to them. I never see them. Okay, but I hear, if I'm doing it on my own, I can hear them, I can feel them. Yeah. And sometimes when I just talk to a person, it can happen. One day I had a message from the eyes of a person, so I had to give them from the eyes a message. I just get the information. It's just like that. It's a normal life for me. But with the animals, it is quite a bit of different, because they get a voice all the time. Because I don't talk to animals randomly. I just do that when the owner, rider, trainer, handler comes, when it is wished for, then I do it with the animals.
So with the animals, is it, I spoke with someone else who was doing somewhat of the same thing. And she was telling me about sometimes animals who have either died or ran away, and one of the things that sort of caught me was she said that some of the animals that she would speak to, when the owners didn't know what happened to them, would say that that they just didn't want to be with this person anymore, or it was time for them to move on. What they had done with them was over. And for some reason, that never occurred to me that that's something that an animal would, animals have that free will to be able to say, I don't want to be here anymore. It's just, I'm done. And not that they are lost, or, maybe they just started a new life, packed up and went to the market for some milk and cigarettes and just didn't come back. And so, I mean, is that something that you encounter as well?
Yeah, I do have clients who come because of that. And I just have to literally take a moment to make it sure they understand the difference between the lady you spoke to and my way of animal conversations. I just take that moment. The lady having animal communications. Okay. The lady receives the questions from the owner of the animal. The lady connects herself energetically to the animal, receives the information through hear, through feelings, through taste, through words. Then she notes it down and gives it back to the owner.
Right.
Okay. My difference is because the lady is feeling the animal, hearing the animal, okay? But the owner never takes part. I wanted it different. Now you as an owner take part. You as an owner, you're going to slip into your animal. You will see through the animal's eyes. You will hear the thoughts of the animal. You feel the feelings, emotions, and sensations of the animal. You feel the healing. For example, they have an unwanted behavior. Behind an unwanted behavior is a trauma attached, a negative energy, emotion. The negative emotion is the trigger for the misbehavior. So now when I take the negative emotion away, I take the trigger away, the unwanted behavior is gone. Okay. Very.
So I'm sorry, this is just, I just had something go off of my head. So, so this would be like you are doing a, like a past life regression or something with somebody, but instead of going into that past life, you are putting them into their animals, like all of a sudden, like, with the past life regression, all of a sudden they can get this picture in their head and they're in that spot. So is that the same thing you're doing with that, or is that different?
That's different because I just get the animal to have a conversation with us. And then I ask the animal if he allows that. So that means when you come to animal conversations to have a session, you actually will slip into your animal. You will be your animal. I also always make a body check. If your animal have a cut in the hoof, for example, or in the paw or wherever, then you will feel it in your own body. So, and that is a very, very interesting and a very intense, there's a strong bonding also taking place because you are the animal and the animal is you. And when there is an unwanted behavior, I ask the animal, what's the emotion behind? They name it, sadness, fear, abundance issues. They name their own negative emotions, okay? And then I ask always, would you like to keep them? Are they nice ones or not nice ones? Not nice. Do you want to keep them or give them away? Want to give them away. None ever said, I want to keep them. None. Always take it away.
They understand. And
then I developed a certain method to take that away, to make healing. So before I do the healing, I ask the animal to let the owner feel the intensity. So, and then I ask the owner, are you feeling it? Yes. Okay. And then I do the healing. And during the healing, I ask, how does healing feel? Some of them, they light or tickly. And then after the healing, I ask them, how different do you feel now? And then let that know to the owner, and then I ask the owner, do you feel that? Yes, I do. So while you're with me, you are actually feeling the shift taking place in your animal to its better. And at the end of the day, I had a lady, she had, for example, a horse riding school, and she had a mare who did not allow touch on the right side of the shoulder. Combing the mane was always a stress for the animal. It showed always stress reaction. Yeah. Just after one session, that's gone. Today, after that session, she went home and she could touch the animal because she has felt the shift and it has come into reality. It's very, very beautiful. It's very intensive to feel a dog at that time. Okay. But because I can do this, I opened my own animal foundation. Now I work with shelter animals. For example, there are dogs 3 years in a shelter. You can't touch them. After the session, together with the work the shelter guys do afterwards, because they only get 1 session and 2 dogs for free.
Yeah.
Okay, through my foundation. But then you have them and they get a forever home. I had 3 dogs you weren't able to touch. They have now a forever home because I changed the emotions. I took away the emotions. So that is what I do. I work with humans. I do group hypnosis. I do stage hypnosis, but not to make another stage hypnosis. Rusty, I always wanted to do one. That was my dream.
Yeah.
But to show hypnosis. You know,
like
there's a video on my Maja Brexel YouTube channel. There is no name in the brain. So I just take someone's name away and just throw it to the audience, and the audience throws it back, and she has her name back. And I wanted to say, look, when I can do this with a name you have from baby, you have written, heard it, right?
Right.
If I can take that away, I can take away any social depression. I can take your anxiety. I can take away your sadness, right?
Right.
That's what hypnosis does. And hypnosis didn't need another show who make more mystique and more misconceptions. No, the word needs to go out there. With hypnosis, you can clean up your life. And then I always say, to be in hypnosis is the most beautiful state of being in. And there you can clean out your stuff. How amazing. And that is where I go around and tell the people, look, hypnosis, you can have beautiful things with it. And today I was looking at a room to get group hypnosis. Yeah. Just normal. For example, I do spiritual hypnosis, also do the higher self hypnosis. So you can speak to your higher self, for example. I do chakra cleaning and alignment in hypnosis. All of the intensity is amazing. And the people cannot understand between meditation and hypnosis. I said, look, meditation is alpha.
Nothing.
Beautiful, relaxed, okay. It's your imagination. You take it now. But when I put you in hypnosis and you're in theta, you are living what you are doing. So doing this cleaning, the chakra balancing, for example, in hypnosis, it's just amazing. So I will offer a hypnosis Hamper, where they will have an in-body massage. They will massage their organs, their muscles from the inside. Rusty, that is absolutely mind-boggling. And
I like that one.
Come to Spain, come to Javier, take part. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm always looking for different ways during that, you know, especially in the induction with, you know, something like that, being able to massage every bit of your body from the inside. That's pretty amazing. And yeah, you're giving me some ideas here. So I don't know if I hope that you take that as a compliment, that you're giving me ideas, that I'm not trying to take anything from you, but that you are inspiring me with this, and I appreciate that.
And I would love to give you even more, because when I do it and you do it and our listeners are doing it, we're bringing so much joy and help and light to this world, because we are all one. So when you do good, thank you so much because it's us, right?
Right. And I mean, I'd rather tell people, you know, if they don't I mean, if they don't like me, that's totally okay. But please, I mean, for like, there are so many hypnotists, like find somebody else. Just if don't not do hypnosis because you don't like me. Go find somebody else. It's going to change your life. And like, I kept saying hypnosis is great over and over and over, and I wouldn't shut up about it. And then that's what I ended up naming my business, just because like I wouldn't shut up about it, because I mean, yeah, I thought it was, hypnosis was like a magic show, and that someone always had to be in on it. And then the first time I got hypnotized, I found out, oh no, this is one of the best things ever. And I mean, I was totally sober, everything at that time. And I mean, I felt like I was floating on a cloud, and the whole rest of the day too. And you can't beat that. I mean, it's just being able to get anyone to experience hypnosis or teach them self-hypnosis, or I mean, I love, like, the guy who trained me, you know, he wants everybody in the world to know hypnosis, how to hypnotize themselves, how to hypnotize everybody else. And so I've tried to instill that as much as I can in anybody I come in contact with, and just how great it is. And yeah, so I'm happy you're able to do that as well, and have that same viewpoint. And so if go ahead.
I'm using the stage to actually explain to the people. I always say, look, you know, we have so much misconception about hypnosis. People still think they are asleep or unconscious. You're not in anesthetic. And then I explain, look, it is actually, the mind-boggling is, hypnosis is a natural state of being. People ask, oh, what hypnosis? I said, look, two of them. First of all, it's a method, the method of hypnosis. You are a professional hypnotist. You master the profession of hypnosis, the method of hypnosis, right? So that's the method. But it's also a state of being in hypnosis. And now, then they ask, when you go to sleep, before the waking state and the sleep, the mind, the body, masterpiece, chooses to go through the hypnotic state into sleep.
Yep.
And your masterpiece, every morning when you wake up from sleep, it chooses to go through the hypnotic state into waking state. And your masterpiece, when you have an open heart surgery and you get a cut from here to here, they open, they work on your heart, and your body heals itself. Masterpiece body is choosing hypnosis by itself twice a day. Oh, that must be good. So hypnosis is good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hypnosis is good. Hypnosis is great.
It is amazing. And then people, yeah, but how does it feel? Easy explanation right here. Take it. So every time you put the snooze button, sleep, waking state, snooze button, that's your hypnotic state. Your snooze button is your hypnotic state when the monkey mind is still quiet, right?
Right.
So the snooze state, the best state to be in. You can be another 5 minutes and another 10 minutes and another 11 minutes. Oh yeah, give me more. That's your hypnotic state right there. And how beautiful does it feel to be in the...
It's the best. And I mean, one 20-minute session will make you feel like you had 4 hours of deep sleep.
Exactly.
Just being able to add that onto anyone's day who, you know, is having trouble sleeping, and just being able to, or, you know, have that regeneration and making yourself feel that much better that fast, you know, that's 1/12 of the time, and you're feeling better. Yeah.
And additionally, you can make it at any moment of the day. In hypnosis, changes, it shifts your energy from to from tired to up and running. You know what you just said, I put actually in action when I do the business hypnosis, the corporate hypnosis. When you have businesses where you run on, you have to make contracts, for example, or whatever, and you're so tired, but you have to keep going. You call your in-house hypnotist, or you call me, and then I put you in hypnosis in 20 minutes. You're not only 4 hours sleep, but you're fit, energetic, full up and running. You are creative. We put creativity in. So we put anything in what you need or the person needs, right?
Right.
It is so, so powerful.
Yeah, and it always gonna be I just hope more people just are get experience it at least once in their life, because if they experience it once in their life, it's not going to be just once. Or how many people have you come across that have said, you know, I was at a stage hypnosis show one time, and you know, that I went up and they did hypnotize me, and I was like, well, yeah, here, hold on a minute, you were there. Like if they called you out of the crowd, first of all, like you're already someone who was there in hypnosis. I mean, everybody in the crowd's getting hypnosis. It's just who's the best at what, you know, you need the person,
Most
the hypnotist is
suggestible,
doing.
like,
Yeah, who's the most suggestible. And but I mean, yeah, you come out, you're feeling great. Everyone's like, well, I want to go see another hypnosis show. Like, I don't know why, but yeah, it's so it's
yeah,
good
and we
just
need
to
to
get
take
the
away the scare, the mysterious. Now, for example, I do but it's a healing street hypnosis. When I walked along, there was a lady carrying something. She just seemed to stuck on the staircase, and I asked what happened, and she says she had to deliver, but the entrance doors were a balcony, and she couldn't walk on the balcony because of her fear. So I offered to bring it to the door, and on the way back down the stairs, I asked her, and she said, I've been to therapy, it didn't work, and I feel stupid. And I just asked on the street, I said, can I do something with you? She said yes. So I did something. Then 5 minutes later, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, open your eyes, wide awake here and now, open your eyes, and now go up. She walked up the stairs, the other flight of stairs, along the balcony, smiling. Rusty, she couldn't believe what she was doing. She wasn't scared. She wasn't doing it before because she's scared. 5 minutes later, she was walking something she wouldn't have done. Now she can have lunch, dinner, breakfast on a balcony. She could never have before.
5 minutes to change your life completely.
Completely. It doesn't need a lot. It just needs your allowance, your subconscious, us, and it's done. Yeah. So when you have any stuff, stopping you don't want anymore, you can just let it go. It is allowed. You allow yourself to let it go, because the allowance yourself is a topic with a lot of people. I would say allow yourself, because you can.
Right. And there's no reason not to. And but then, like, if for some reason you feel like you don't want to, because, you know, for some other reason, maybe is some sort of crutch, being able to say, I can't do this because, but then that's a whole different, you know, can of worms you open up. But then you know that, but then you're like, okay, well, I do know that about myself now. So why not just do this and make myself be able to do what I need to do, get past it in like 5 minutes, or, you know, even an hour, you know, an hour to change your life. And it's going to stick. It's not something that you're going to be able to do for one time and then reverts back to how you were feeling before. You do it one time and you're done. And, you know, I have people that, you know, business people asking me, because it's not, you know, hypnosis isn't the best business plan as far as getting repeat customers, but I don't want repeat customers. I want word of mouth to travel and be like, this guy, look what he did for me, and get someone else to get in that way. I tell people, I want to see you one time. I never want to see you again in my life. Nothing personal, but you're not going to be coming back to me, because there's no need to come back to me, because you're taken care of. So yeah, you know, it's all about putting that good out into the world. And
no, business wise, we have made the best decision to have repeated customers. Yes, no, we have not. But I always say, normally they say you should come 6 times to a hypnosis Yeah, and I say 3 times is a good start. 3 times for me is enough. Come and see me 3 times, and afterwards it's your decision. Yeah, because that is important. The one-off was just, I do it on trains, on aeroplanes, where people have literally right next to me, or I see a situation, I go and work with them in a hypnotic way, because I can. That's actually the only reason, right? But at the end of the day, when you have stuff you want to clear out, yeah, you go and book Rusty 3 times. That's the most important thing, because you live with this a lifetime, right? And with a one time, we take a lot away, but then you need to live with your new you, because you have something in a situation. You come to a situation, and every time you come to your own feeling and emotion, which is fear stopping you. And now you change that with your clients. Your clients come in the same situation, and all of a sudden they are actually waiting for the old response. They go like, oh, where are you? Where are you? But it's not coming because you took it away. And as you said, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
Right?
And
then the people have to live their new you and be different. So they have to get to know each other themselves. Right. And then after a week, they come back. And then you can ask them what was different? What was the moment you surprised yourself with the new you being you? Yeah, because they note it down during the week. And then you said, okay, has there come something up you want to have a topic today? Was because sometimes they get just an information from somewhere, or they're sitting in the car and mention, now I have this story, I would like to have a look at, yeah. And then comes something new. And after 3, you're good to go. Yeah, I don't need 6 really. I find 6 depends if you have far more. And in general, it's 3 times. Come, and after 3 sessions, you go. We mostly never see you back.
Yeah, you're out living a good life, and hopefully able to tell everyone else how much you like it. Because usually, I don't have people who ever leave not going and talking about how great hypnosis is, especially people who doubted it so much. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, well, I was wrong. That's one of the times of anything, of anyone can admit that they're wrong, is after hypnosis. I think is something that a lot of people don't like to admit, that they're wrong to things, but after hypnosis and figuring out that, okay, yeah, this is something that I was wrong about. This is really awesome. It's really cool to see, and I like that. And so, if people are gonna find you, if they don't find you, if they're on the street or in the airplane or on a train or something, where are they going to find you?
I find them. It's really the energy is pulling me to that person. All of a sudden, you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like that.
And so then on the internet, where are they going to find you?
On the internet, you give in my name, you find me. My name is, I'm the only one on Facebook carrying this name in this world. You find me. There's no way you cannot find me. Yes.
Yeah, and I will put, go ahead.
And the interesting thing is, just to say my name, Maja Brexel, here in this area. I do live in Spain, Spanish, Mediterranean. Greetings to every one of our listeners and viewers. Very happy you all are here. Thank you. And I'm known here under the name The Real Dr. Doolittle. Yeah, because of the work I do with the animals. I do work with competitive animals, for example, racehorses I had. That's very nice, because you make your horse faster and asking the horse, what can I do for you? I had a horse, he was called hooves. The part of this. Right. So they could work with it, right? So whatever there is, they just ask the animal, hey, what can we do better for you to make your performance better? Because you pay a lot of money for a racehorse to bring it from A to B, to register, start, feed, stable fees. You have a lot of money. And you have one time a 100% performance possibility, like all the other horses have, right? Yeah. So when you have the advantage to before just have a check with your horse, literally, as unbelievably as it thinks, as it sounds, you have a conversation with your animal like you and me have right now. so you can optimize everything from your animal side, you're good.
Yeah, and yeah, that's the competitive edge right there. That's so yeah, if you you ever are wanting to get into horse betting or anything, you go and you see what horse that Maya has worked with, and then you're probably going to want to pick that horse and win yourself some money. And so Maya, I had a great time talking with you and getting to know you and your story and everything, and I hope everybody gets out and checks you out and gets a hold of you and learns a lot more. Yeah, you're very welcome.
And again, a lot of people listening to this get to know about hypnosis, feel through us that hypnosis is something beautiful, something natural, something you can use with every single day. Things who are annoying you, things you don't like anymore, things you want to let go of. You are carrying with you things, words has been said to you. You're not good enough, not strong enough, not tall enough. Mathematics, you will never be a good friend of. These are never your words in the first place. You are carrying words with you as your luggage, heavy luggage, which weren't yours in the first place. So allow yourself, just take them out. And hypnosis does it in the most beautiful state. Right, Rusty?
Absolutely.
Please, when you do it, please, people, just get in contact with Rusty, with me. We do it online. The hypnotic sessions can be online. You too? You do that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I started doing it in 2019, and people were kind of unsure about it. I was working with some people that didn't like leaving their house, and so I didn't they weren't going to come to my office, so I started doing the online, and people are kind of iffy about it. But then the shutdown happened and everybody started using this, and I mean it's just as effective. I mean I can turn off the camera and I can just talk to you on the phone. I can write you a letter and it's just as effective. So I mean it's you don't have to be in presence of anyone to do hypnosis. So you have your pick from anybody around the world. So enjoy that option. What you can't do have a doctor very much. So yeah.
Say that again.
You can't have the same interaction with the doctor anywhere in the world as with a hypnotist, where you can be able to have a doctor can't treat you the same way that a hypnotist can, through the video or phone as effectively as a hypnotist can. So yeah, you have your pick from anybody around the world, and hopefully you're gonna pick Maya. So yeah, so Maya, have a great rest of your day, and we'll stay in touch, okay?
Yes, wonderful. Thank you,
All
Rusty.
right.
It was really great. Lots of greetings to everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right, and that's Maja Brexel, and I'm gonna give her all her information here up on the show notes, and that'll be able to find this anywhere anywhere you listen to your podcast. You're gonna be able to find this show, YouTube, Rumble TV. And so you can find other great shows like this on the Quantum Global Broadcasting Network, such as When the Gloves Come Off, the Thinking Man's Pro Wrestling Podcast, This Is It with Lizzie, and Say by the Ben. And the show is brought to you by Fred Ben Savage as Fuck, Stone Reeds Productions, Hardcore and Comedy, Hypnosis is Great, and suckemup.org. So thank you, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, pass this around, man. Pass it around like a fun time. And that is the show, man. Boom.
It's Rusty Diamond, motherfucker. rusty diamond motherfucker.
Ernest! Ernest! Ernest!
Yes, Pee-wee.
You brought the snacks, right?